Duncan's got them stacked, silver and black attack. Yeah, we're never looking back. Crowds on fire, feel the nation in the zone. Raiders rolling strong, bring it all the way home. He's got the glaze, got the grit, got the power in his stride. Duncan hits the sideline and the stadium ignites. Another chain moves and the fans all rise. Shields in the air, Vegas lights in our eyes. First downs and donuts, sweet like victory. Duncan keeps it cooking for the Raider family. One more drive, let the anthem ring. Raider Nation forever, let the Shield King sing. You all come back now, back now. Back now.
And now we're live without the hiccups. Raider Nation, show me show. Welcome. Sorry for the delay. We had a little technical difficulties as we were processing through the original start time, so had to push it back a little bit. Had some issues with the previous studio, so we just we got it fixed. So we're back, and I don't see a whole lot of our regulars in here except for Jack You Off Fest. He's in here, and we appreciate you being here. Once again, new show. Sometimes we're gonna have some technical difficulties, and it just happens, but we'll work through it. Tonight, Show Me Your Shield. We're bringing a little fandom to what we've been wanting to do and do more of. The previous shows, obviously, you saw we had Darth Raider, we have Darkside OB, and we'll bring more and more people on. But this guy, I've known for a while in the chats. He's a dedicated chatster and several content creators' pages, and he's a loyal, die-hard Raider fan. And it's actually, for me, it's an honor to have him on this show. It really is, because he means a lot. He means a lot to all of us. But I don't think anybody's ever really told him that. But he does. He means a lot to all of us. And tonight is his night that we pay homage to him. I don't want to steal the thunder. I'm just going to let the video I prepared speak for itself of who we're bringing up on stage.
Left, right, left, right, left.
From Sactown streets to battle lines.
Sactown streets to battle lines.
Sactown Mike is built for grind.
Sactown Mike is built for grind.
Black hole born, silver and black.
Black hole born, silver and black.
Raider Nation's got his back.
Raider Nation's got his back. Left, right, left, right, left.
82nd Airborne Pride.
82nd Airborne Pride.
All the way we ride or die.
All the way we ride or die.
Feet hit ground, skies behind.
Feet hit ground, skies behind.
Paratrooper state of mind.
Paratrooper state of mind. Left, right, left, right, left.
When it's dark, he stands his ground.
When it's dark, he stands his ground.
Black hole hole noise, thunder sound.
Black hole noise, thunder sound.
No fear here, no retreat.
No fear here, no retreat.
Airborne strong, Raider elite.
Airborne strong, Raider elite. Lift, right, lift, right, lift.
If one falls, we pull him through.
If one falls, we pull him through.
That's what brothers always do.
That's what brothers always do.
Sactown Mike, lead the way.
Sactown Mike, lead the way.
Airborne Raiders all the way.
Airborne Raiders all the way.
And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Raider Nation. Tonight we got a real one, Mike. Known across the black hole as Sactown Raider Mike. Before we dive into any more, without further ado, on stage with us, in the middle, Sactown Raider Mike. Tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
First of all, wow, wow, that was, thank you. That was effing impressive, man. I got my little napkin here, man, tearing up a little bit. Now that was way cool, man. I really appreciate all the work you put into that.
For
But
me,
yeah,
for me, 805, DSR Death Star with Dustin, Yerp, Navman, 401 Raider Jeff, Captain Rackham, from all of us to you, we appreciate you. And you mean just that much to us.
wow, man, I'm gonna choke up here. I swear to God, stop it. Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's just something I love doing, man.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
just something I love. I was born a Raider fan. And I will die
Mm.
a Raider fan. I raised a Raider fan daughter. She is raising my granddaughter a Raider fan. So I
Mm.
mean, it's just what we do, man. It's what we all do. But
Mm.
wow, that, I'm really impressed with the work you put into that, man.
So when a doctor asks you what blood type you are, do you tell them silver or black?
So I say silver and black.
uh, well, you've been a Raider fan since the 1970s, longtime black hole, ticket holder, Oakland
Yeah.
Coliseum, lots of memories, family tradition.
Yeah.
You talked about it, passing it down to your kids. Um, and tell me what that really means to you. What does that really mean to you to be able to see that?
Actually, what the Raider Shield means to me is family, first and foremost. I mean, going to Oakland, anybody, I know you've been to Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and there's just no way you can express it without actually experiencing it. I've taken
Mm-hmm.
many people for their first game there, and I've talked about it and try to tell them what it's going to be like, and they're blown away every time. But it's about family. Uh, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of the Raider Shield and the Raider Nation is family. So there was a video done. It was the last game in the Oakland Coliseum, and the guy made a video, really professionally done, music in the background and everything, and went around to the parking lot for the tailgates, asking what what being a Raider meant to them, and then he did it inside the stadium, inside the Coliseum, excuse me, and uh, and he sat a row in front of me, or stood a row in front of me, and so I got on that little video, but everyone to a T said the same thing. One of the first words that came out of their mouth was family, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what Raider Nation is, and that's why
Yep.
we're lucky to have content creators like Donuts Duncan, like Jason, like 805, like all these other content creators, because we could watch Raider stuff 24 hours a day without ever hearing seeing the same show twice. We're lucky
Yep.
to have that, and it's a lot of work to put these shows together. To, for guys like me to just pop on and run my mouth. Uh, they have to pay for this stuff for one. Then they have to think about creating stuff like what's the show going to be like. There's a lot of work behind it, man. So
Hmm.
shout out to the content creators for giving us a platform,
Yeah.
whether being on the panel or in the chat, to talk about our Raiders, who we all love, like life itself.
Right.
So
Well, we really appreciate that, but like without you guys, the fans, the community, like these shows aren't anything. Like you said, this is a family. It takes all of us together for it to be anything. And this show is about you, and we want to kind of bring out some of your experiences. And you being a Black Hole member, can you paint a picture for us fans that haven't been in the Black Hole what it's like?
it's it's not like what a lot of people think. A lot of people think there's nothing but fights down there. A bunch of no, because the people that stood down there um, we all knew each other. They watched my daughter. My daughter went to her first Raider game in the Black Hole on row 4, right by Gorilla Rilla, when she was 4 years old. Lincoln Kennedy. I was standing before the game. It was 2003. It was Lincoln Kennedy's last year as a player for the Raiders, and I was standing down front talking to Gorilla and his wife, his lovely wife, was girlfriend at the time, and I felt a tug on me because I had my daughter on my hip in her Raiderette cheerleader outfit that my mom made for her, and I felt a tug. I turned around, it's Lincoln Kennedy. He goes, "I just wanted to give your daughter a hug," in uniform for the game,
Hmm.
and gave her a hug. He wraps her up like this, couldn't see her anymore, and hands her back to me. And it's moments like that. It's moments like, watch Cisco, the guy stood in front of me for all 17 years. He, I watched his kids grow up. He watched Kalia grow up. That's my daughter. And the guy standing next to me, I watched his kids grew up. And the games that he couldn't make it because he was a firefighter, so he couldn't make all the games. And his teenage daughters would come out, and he would always tell me, I need you to keep an eye on my daughters for me. I'm like, no problem. That's what we did down there. The When my daughter was young, the girls that sat behind me, does your daughter need to go to the bath? They'd take her to the bathroom, because it's hard for a father with a daughter because there's an entrance and exit to these things. You can come out either way, so it's hard to watch that. You get nervous. Well, I did. I'm overprotective, but I didn't have to worry about that because they took care of it for me. And then she'd
Yeah.
come back with a pretzel or a pizza or soda, and they'd buy her stuff. That's
Yeah.
the way it was. It was all we all knew each other. We all cared about each other. I still keep in constant communication with a lot of people from the black hole and a ton of people from the tailgating.
Yeah.
But the black hole is just it's just like when you get there and you look around, it's like you see so many familiar faces. But yeah, every week there's going to be a couple people that couldn't make the game, so you see some new faces. But it's just comfortable. You feel like you're at home.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and anybody there would have my back no matter what, and that went to everybody, and you just felt comfortable. People told me, well, how can you take a 4-year-old girl to a Raiders game and go in the black hole? Well, I got like about 60,000 people here that will kill anybody that tries to touch my daughter. So
Yeah. I
I
don't
feel
think
I feel very comfortable.
we had a way of policing ourselves in that. Now, just for context, for the guests, section 106, the black hole where you were sitting, my season
Hmm.
tickets were in 206, which I was right above you. So I know from personal experience, and I've been down. I went down into black hole a couple times, like
Hmm.
pregame and whatnot, to kind of see what it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
And it 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 was lively, but it wasn't. It was nothing to be ashamed of. There's no, there was no. It wasn't like I guess you would say, out of control, bunch of stupidity or anything like that. It was real hardcore fans that they knew they had a job. Now, getting into that, the atmosphere, loud, hostile, intimidating, brotherhood of fans, whether it was win or lose, never quiet. How did the opponents feel when you guys were on your A game down there?
Dude, I got a few stories about how he harassed some people. My favorite harassment story, one of the players, it was Aaron Rodgers. It was they ended up beating us that game, but anyway, yeah, we punted the ball down to the black hole side, the side I was on, the south end, and put them down to the 1 yard line. So, they go to the commercial break set, and the team comes out. The Green Bay Packers came out, but Aaron Rodgers is on the sideline. So I'm like, when I see Aaron Rodgers step on the field to walk down to the black hole, I stood up. I knew the usher, the security guy. I said, "Angel, move over. I got something to say to Aaron." So he moves over. So I went up right up. So I'm like right on the field, like 20 feet from me. I'm all, "Rodgers, hey Rodgers, double check this." He smiled and turned away and laughed. The guys in the huddle were kind of, chuckling and stuff. It was funnier than hell, man. But yeah, they felt us, man. Cam Newton, there was a time with Cam Newton too when he was trying to wipe his feet off on the in the end zone at the black hole. Yeah, like showing disrespect. And then that was the same game that Khalil Mack picked him off and ran it back in for a pick six.
Yeah,
And he didn't hear the end of it from then.
yeah,
That's for fucking coming out and disrespecting our end zone, man. That's disrespect. You just got karma on your ass. We gave him all kinds of shit.
yeah.
So
I
that was
remember,
funny.
I remember Priest Holmes scoring a touchdown down there, and he went to the black hole like he was going to do something, and
Hmm.
he by the time he got to the sideline, he smelled like day old Coors Light.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got the dumping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he
you
earned
don't.
it. He earned it.
Well, some people are smart enough from other teams. Just don't go in the black hole.
Mhm.
Score your touchdown.
And
Stay inside the lines. You go outside the lines, you might not come back.
yeah,
So
Some people
yeah.
just feed off that energy too, though.
Jump in the stand, see what happens, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be looking for federal help at that point. So
But then again, Jason, a lot of players and a lot of coaches. Herm Edwards was one of them. Jerry Jones came down to the black hole. There was just a ton of people,
mhm.
and we did nothing wrong to them. Hey, how you doing? Man, it's cool. Shook Jerry Jones's hand. I'm like, oh, that's what a rich guy smells like. You know.
Yeah, I used to like
But
when Coach Davis would come down there, and he's got his suit, got his towel in one hand, and he's firing up the black hole and telling them it's you guys, we need you guys. It's like Seattle claims the 12th man or whatever, but really, in all honesty, the black hole had a totally different persona to itself compared to any. I mean, the dog pound, maybe, but really, in honesty, that black hole was unique, and it will never be duplicated. That's what sucks. Is it's
yeah,
never going to be duplicated what it was like back then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Before we get on to our next questions for you, Mike, let's acknowledge the chat. And chat, if you got any questions for Sactown Raider Mike, throw them up. We'll ask them to him. But salute to Jack. What's up, Raider Nation? Jack's always the first in chat, and we appreciate you. I'm not bueno. Show me your shield. Salute, buddy. Bradley Schmidt calling out his friend that I'm not going to say.
good one.
401 Raider Jeff, salute. Always
Hey,
appreciate you,
Jeff.
man. Frank Weber, the stud. Beer baptism. Absolutely.
Yeah, beer baptism.
But yeah, no, it's just awesome hearing from fans, like all their different stories. Like there's just so many stories out there that is just really could sit around a campfire for 24 hours and just keep on going and never get tired of it.
I
Easy.
never,
I could do 24 hours easy talking about the experiences.
yeah, and yeah, most
Like I
definitely,
mean, with Jason sitting, knowing what's going on, sitting in it, I don't know. You guys sat down every once in a while up there. I think I know you guys were up most time. You probably see my stupid ass turn around a bunch of times doing this stuff, you know.
yeah. Well,
And
there was times up in the second deck we would get on your guys' ass to get your shit going too. Because it was like, hey, you guys down there, come on, let's go. You guys are closer to the field. Get this stuff going.
yeah, it
Yeah.
started happening. There was a period there where it's like going, come. I was doing the same thing to the people in the black hole, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's, yeah, I wasn't
That was
happy about when that
that
time
was
happened. So I know when you're talking about, you know.
that was the Jamarcus Russell era. The,
Hmm.
that was the Jamarcus Russell era. There was not a whole lot of fun, I guess you can say, in that time span. It wasn't
Yeah.
until we got Hugh Jackson. When Hugh Jackson had that team, they were cooked. That team was cooking with
Hmm.
Michael Bush and Darren McFadden and Jason Campbell and Jacoby Ford and Denarius Moore. They were cooking. They were putting some points up on the board, like, you know. And it wasn't until Jason Campbell broke his collarbone that it went, shit, here we go again.
Yeah. Salute Rosetown. Welcome
Salute
to the
Rosetown.
show.
Thanks, brother.
Frank Weber has a question for Uncle Sack. Who had the best barbecue in the lot pregame?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Health Kitchen.
I will. Well, yeah, Hell's Kitchen. But for Hell's Kitchen, definitely that was like in between C and D lot. There, that's where Hell's Kitchen was. But there was this guy. I mean, for the first few years I was there, that would I swear to God roast a pig on a barbecue spit out
Oh, yeah.
there, a full pig with an apple in his mouth, and they would sit there and turn the thing the whole. I think it was probably pretty cooked to an extent, but it was just really
Mm-hmm.
cool. But I think we had a pretty damn. We had like we rolled in like 7 cars deep, so we set up and but there's no way to say who had the best barbecue. Everybody's barbecue, and the thing about it, anybody can come up and eat. If you didn't have no food, you rode in
Yeah.
on BART or something like that, you got fed, you got
Yeah.
drunk, your kids
The
got
sh-
sodas,
yeah.
you got water, whatever,
You
whatever
did
you
not.
needed.
You never went into the game hungry.
No, no. They're like, oh no, we'll just buy some food inside. Oh no, no, no,
No,
no,
no.
no.
You
Do
don't
you
eat
want
in the
to spend
stadium.
$10 on a stale hot dog, or do you want to have some fresh barbecue just came off our
No.
grill?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they
Lamb.
try to pay. Then they try to pay you. "Well, let me give you $10 or $20 or something." No, no, no. That's not how it works here.
Well, what was cool about Hell's Kitchen is they never asked you for money, but they had a
Right, right. It was
jar
only donations. That's all
donation.
donations.
I
Yep.
went there one time. I had a $20 bill and I dropped it in there. I had
Hmm.
two plates, heaping plates of food. They were like, "No, you're
Hmm.
getting food. You're getting
Hmm.
they. You know what I mean?" It was like, and then the people that didn't donate, they'd get a scoop of beans,
Hmm.
maybe some macaroni salad, couple pieces of tri-tip or brisket, and then
Hmm.
all right, enjoy. But if you went over there, you dropped a $20 tip in the tip jar. Whoo, you got hooked up galore, man. It was fun, and then the big screen TVs and the couches, and um, you're watching the morning games or you're tailgating, and it was just the ambiance in it, the smell, the
All the music playing all around. Everybody's
oh god,
blasting
yeah,
their radios. It's just a humongous party. And if you
yeah,
forget something, hey man, I forgot something such as barbecue sauce. Anybody got some barbecue sauce they can
yeah,
loan me? Shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I got extra.
Yeah,
And then
there's one
you
time we forgot to get utensils, bring utensils to
yeah,
eat with. The lady,
not a
there was,
problem, right? Not a
yo,
problem, right?
here, what do you guys need? Here, take it.
Yep. That's the way it was. It was a family.
Yep.
It was a family, man. It was just like I took one guy there. He was a black guy, and so he's dealt with racism and stuff. And he came to a Raider game with me. We were in the tailgate, first of all, he ran out of memory on his camera in about 15 minutes because he was filming so much. But we just leaned back against the tailgate of my truck, drinking a beer together, and he's looking around. I'm like, oh, what do you think? He goes, what do I think? This is how the world should be.
So on to the next topic. I'll start off here for us, Duncan. You could roll with it. Military to the Raider Nation, and we're gonna go back. I know you were born a Raider fan, but you also served our country in the United States Army as well. That is near and dear to your heart, and it is to us for what you did for us as well in the military. So first and foremost, I thank you for your service.
Yep.
But
Appreciate it.
you served as a veteran of the 82nd Airborne. Now I don't know what it takes to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, but apparently you do. So we'll just leave the details in that to however you want it. But how did the military life shape the way that you view Raider football?
Um, that is a really good question. How did the military Raider Nation affect me in the military, or the other way?
No,
What
no,
was
no,
that
no.
again?
So you go into military. You're a Raider fan. You go into military. You
Right,
do
right.
20 years in the military, right? And then when you
Uh
get
huh.
out of the military, some of
I
those
only did 4 years, by the way.
are 4
4 years.
years. Okay, I never mind. My apology. So when you get out of the military, and then now you're a civilian again, but you still have some of those structured values from the military. How do you apply that with your Raider fandom? Is there some type of because like right now you have
Oh,
the
okay. I got you. I
you know
got
what I
you
mean?
exactly what you mean. Yeah, there's a feeling of there is a similar feeling of unity and family from the military and the Raider Nation. I don't think that's true with a lot of teams, but I know with the Raiders, I felt the same. I did feel the same kind of. Well, it's not the same, but similar. I mean, there's no way you were a cop. There's a bond there that you have with your brothers that is there's no other way. Nothing else that can be similar to that or the same as that. But I did feel the same kind of loyalty. Everybody was loyal in the unit I was in, at least. Everybody, we were all in, and Raider fans are all in. So I have to say that all in. We were all in all the way. That was our in the 82nd. That's what we said when we saluted an officer. We didn't say good morning, sir, whatever. We said all the way, sir. That's how we felt. That's how Raider fans are. So that would be my biggest thing comparing the two.
Uh, you were hitting on the Black Hole is feeling like family and stuff. I mean, obviously you had your brotherhood in the military, right? So like you could
Hmm.
probably have some similarities there. How everybody was so close knit.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Not only in the black hole though, but in the tailgating. I mean, because when you go into the games, Jason can attest to this. That you basically you don't park where you want to. So you used to, but they started parking you, and as you came in, they just parked you to the next car, and so
Right.
on and so on and so on. So, so if you go in at about the same time all the time, you get in the same general area. Then you start hooking up with other people. So I just started going with one guy and his wife and my daughter, and then by the time the Raiders left, we had 7, 8, 9 cars. Sometimes we'd meet up at the Shell station off a high street and and ride in together and stay bumper to bumper, and then we'd park next to each other so we
Mhm.
could have a mega tailgate.
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Half Black 69 saying it also takes big stones to join the military and stay true to the Raiders. And
Yeah, thank you.
obviously, uh, we've had some difficulty as Raider fans over the years with our ups and downs, and a lot of downs since the early 2000s. I mean, it takes a lot of pride and poise and just mental fortitude to stay continuing rooting for the Shield. Uh, you want to hit on that? Just over the years with our down seasons, like how it's been as a Raider fan?
Oh, staying loyal to them, you mean,
Yeah.
type of thing? Oh man. Well, I feel like I don't have any choice. I've been asked. I mean, every Raider fan's been asked, why you stay attached? Why are you so why are you wearing Raider gear when you had a 3-14 season and it's freaking February or March or April? You know, well, because we're Raider fans. That's what we do, and so loyalty is part of being a Raider fan. You know, being a real Raider fan. And you guys, everybody in this chat, we're all real. We're all real ones. We're all, watching the show that after a 3-14 season, I mean, there's no football being played right now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but a lot of people just like listening to, watching the games, and they think that's all there is to it. Raider fans, they want to know everything. They want to know everything. So it's loyalty. How do you stay loyal? Because you love it. I mean, how do you stay loyal to your wife or your husband or whatever the case? Because you love them. How does your dog stay loyal to you or love? Because they love you. You love them. If you love something, you stay loyal to it. That's the best way I could sum it up.
And circling back to what you said about Raider, like true Raider fans wanting to know everything about the Raiders, all the ins and outs and goings ons. Can you kind of attribute that to our real original owner, Al Davis? Just like how thorough and detailed he was, and everything's about the Shield, and nobody's bigger than the Shield. Like it kind of feels like Raider Nation kind of inherited some of his values in that.
So, in the course of that same context, when we say "show me your shield," what does that phrase mean to you personally?
Okay, okay, show me your shield means I would think that means show me your feeling about the Raiders. The Shield is, the Shield. I can't describe the Shield, man. I've heard a lot of people describe it, but in my own words, I I just the Shield. Show me your Shield means show me your fandom. Show me how much you love this team. Show me, not even so much your knowledge, but just how much do you love the team and what you what it would take to. Well, there's nothing it would take you to make what makes you stay a Raider fan because you're loyal to them. Because so show me your shield, show me what you think about the team. I guess is what I could say. As far as Al Davis, I'm going to say absolutely. I hope that his dedication is rubbed off on us. I mean, he was a great man, and to to do anything that he tried to do is just it shows how much we love what he did and how much we love him. And the best, what do they say? The best form of uh, appreciation is just trying by imitation. Trying to be like them. Respecting their values. That's a great. Um, Searching for the word compliment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and he deserves all of those by what he did, how he did it. He stood his own ground, lone wolf. Call him what you want, man. The guy had a plan from the beginning, and he saw it through. And if we can pick up anything from that, we're the better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Frank Weber's coming in with an answer also saying the Shield isn't a thing, it's a why.
Yep.
That's a great statement, nephew.
Frank, he hits the nail on the head with that. It's just not a matter of just the shield. There's more to it than just the shield. It's not just a. It's a symbol of pride. It's a symbol of poise, commitment to excellence. But it resonates more with us fans. And and Mike, you hit the nail on the head with this. Is there's different degrees of fandom, right? There are some fans that they wear the colors, they'll watch a game or two, but they love the Raiders. That's their team, right? And then there's fans that maybe go a little bit more that will watch most of the games, and then there's some that just watch every aspect. And I kind of put myself in that where I want to know every nook and cranny of the team from top to bottom, and it's been like that really since the '80s for me, And now with the advent of social media and stuff, we get that information so much faster. I don't have to wait till the next morning to wake up, open the newspaper up, and look at the transactions to see what transactions the Raiders made. They're coming, at an eclipse pace. So, but I know you're still with us. You're kind of getting adjusted, got your couch or whatever going on there. Raiders are bigger than records, pride over popularity, and real fans don't disappear. Real Raider fans do. I'm sorry, I do not. I know some Fairweather fans, they're not Raider fans anymore. And when we get good, I'll be the first to call them out on the carpet. This isn't
No doubt.
this isn't a hop around and cheer for whatever team's winning. We don't play that game here. Because I posted a short the other day on my Pride and from my Pride and Poise show, to where right now there's a lot of dissension because we've been so lackluster for so many years now, and it just seems like it's the same thing over and over and over again, and we're not seeing anything to be prideful of, and the dissension now is starting to become where fans are actually taken to each other's contexts and challenging each other to almost like a political debate. There's nothing political about this, guys. It's just a matter of some people have opinions, and I respect everybody's opinions. Trust me, I do. And then sometimes I might voice my opinion separately, but the most part is we have to stay united as Raider Nation because the organization depends on us more than we depend on the organization. We depend on ourselves to carry that. The organization, when I say the organization, Mark Davis, the owners, the players, they depend on us more than we depend on them. So we have to stay united. And that's important for us to stay united to when we get when this train gets back on the tracks and starts rolling. It's a coming. And the NFL right now will put you on notice, the rest of you, that when this thing does get rolling and we're back, we'll let you know.
Mr. Half Black 69 saying, I may be late, but how stoked are you fellas for Clint Kubiak's Raiders? I'm
Mike,
ecstatic.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I'm ecstatic is a great word. I'm just happy. I mean, it's taken a while because we had to wait for him to win the Super Bowl, and but until I saw the press conference today, I still have my PTSD, Raider PTSD, and I am fucking thrilled that we have him. I think he's gonna, and his press conference just maybe even feel stronger about that because I mean, obviously we know what he's done, but we don't really know the guy. I think his press conference today, if anybody in this chat has not seen it yet, you got to watch it. It's a
Yeah.
long press conference. I took a shitload of notes for it. It was a really good press conference, and I am more happy today than I was even before. Uh, I got to see him in a little bit in depth, a little bit of the personal side of him. I'm thrilled about it. I can't wait to see who his coaching staff is going to be, and he touched on that in the press conference. So, yeah,
Yeah.
some stupid reporter asked him if he had any idea who his assistants, coaches, and stuff. Like, duh, you think he's going to come in? No, I hadn't thought about that yet. Shit, you
Yeah, he's
know,
not going to do it all himself.
that's right. If they're not here already,
No,
but yeah, I just
I'm today was the day that I could just actually take a deep breath and go, all right,
exactly.
all right. Now we know. Now we
You and
got the vision because I was still skeptical Friday and Saturday because it was just like you know, us being Raider fans, nothing's
Mhm.
absolute until it's finished, right? So,
Exactly.
so until the press
Cliff
conference, he's
Kingsbury.
like, and then once we had the press conference, I mean, his comment after the game when he was talking to that reporter when he said, "Hell yeah, I'm going to
That,
Vegas," I was
yeah.
like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. But today at the press conference, seeing him there, he's our coach, and um, I think we got us a winner. If you look at his aptitude and how he has ascended in the coaching ranks, is the only difference between him and John Gruden is he's moved from 4 different organizations in 5 years, right? But don't hold that against him because the move from New Orleans to
Mm.
Seattle was not his fault. It wasn't like he didn't get fired. He didn't get fired from New Orleans because he wasn't doing a good job. He got fired because all the coaching staff got fired. And I think New Orleans right now is deeply regretting letting that guy walk out the door. I really, if that's one mistake that any organization made was letting that guy walk out the door because he had, if Derek Carr doesn't get hurt, that offense was probably going to break some records.
Yeah.
They were going to
Well,
break some records.
for me, it's a few different levels to it because one, our front office just did an amazing job of doing their absolute homework and just not being too antsy and just picking the first person that sounded good. Like they stuck to their
Mhm.
guns, went through every step of the process. Once they found their guy, they stuck to it and made sure he signed the paper. So it's just very encouraging from the front office, especially John Spytek being able to land a coach that
Mm-hmm.
was fairly wanted by across the league. So
Yeah.
like that's just awesome. And then also Clint Kubiak has me really excited for the first time for a head coach that we've hired really since Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been this excited for a head coach since Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
So like it's just an awesome feeling, and like now that he's actually in the door, signed and everything, like now I can let the optimism creep in and then begin the regular cycle of the off-season Raiders fan. The hopium's
Worst,
cranking up.
worst rinse and repeat, man. Hopefully, we
Yeah,
won't have to repeat it after next year. We'll just say, okay, we know now. We know we're going. I don't
yeah,
expect a lot of wins, but man, we just know okay, the team looks better. Because I mean, we all suffered through a lot of 2-14 back then seasons. A couple of them when I had season tickets, and but they didn't look as bad as they did last year. I mean, let's face
yeah,
it. So I just want to see, the look of improvement. They actually look like they know what they're doing when a team calls a blitz or a stunt. They actually the O line knows what they're doing. They look like they're ready to play and they want to play before the game and during the game. That's the kind of improvement I want to see. The wins will come
Mm-hmm.
with that.
yeah. Frank Weber coming in saying, pretty sure all the Fairweather fans have fallen off the bandwagon off of our bumpy ride.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, like Jason
No
said,
doubt.
like he's had some Fairweather friends where they're not even Raider fans anymore.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I got a friend guy I worked with went to the Raider games with me, and all of a sudden, about 4 or 5 years ago, oh, I'm a Niner fan, and I go,
Oh my God!
how the hell
Geez.
does that doesn't happen that way? That's not how this works. You
it's
know
gross.
that, right?
Just gross.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
like it's like okay, well, I also
That's
noticed you
it.
divorced. I also noticed you divorced your wife. Is there something else you need to tell us about you?
Man.
And Frank Weber saying that Kubiak is as confident as Gruden was, but not as brash. And it's
That's
kind of funny how people are bringing up Gruden with Kubiak because I had kind of a similar feeling today,
Mhm.
thinking about it at work after the press
Mhm.
conferences. Kubiak actually reminds me a lot of Gruden, just
Mhm.
without the like. I don't want to say
In your face
personality,
shit.
but without the ego.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just something about Kubiak that just really instills confidence. Just his
Well,
calm
he's
demeanor and just stick straight to the point and not blowing that hot air up your butt. Just
But
we need to build it up. We need to
don't
get better. And
don't let
then
his
just to add on to it, like I was listening to JT the Brick show, and JT was telling Kubiak, it must feel really nice for you and your family to finally feel like you can settle down now with your 5-year contract. And Kubiak's like, well, we know nothing's permanent in the NFL, and we have to earn it every year. And it's like, so he knows he's gotta really, really hit the pedal to the metal and just get after
Well, I
it.
think he even said something. Didn't he say something about like one game? To be one game. If they don't like what they see, you just never know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is where we're going to have to practice patience, Raider Nation. Is
Yes.
it comes a point in time we got to tamper it down a little bit, let the
Hmm.
man do his work, and when we go into the next season, and we'll be able to tell if things are going to be changing by the second or third game.
Yeah.
Like the last 3 games, we would by week 3 we knew that the season's lost by week 3, and all these experts are like, "What are you talking about?" Say, well, you can just tell there is no leadership in that building, none. And now we have a guy that is a leader as a coach that is going to lead. No knock on Pete Carroll, he had his day, but I think he squeezed all the juice out of that lemon before he came to us as a coach. So there was nothing left for him to coach on. And besides that, he made some real critical mistakes. But that's in the past. I'm hoping to forget that last 3 years with what we have now. Now I'm going to go back a little bit on the Kubiak because there was something that popped in my head while you guys were talking. Was the comparison between Gruden and Kubiak, right? The comparisons that I have between the two is the one how they're organized, how they're capable of presenting and executing an offensive game plan, okay, and knowing exactly what pieces they need to produce at this level with that game plan. That's the similarities. Do not sleep on Kubiak's attitude. He might seem like he's kind and gentle, but he also can get up in and rip a man's throat out too. And that is something that you guys you'll see it whenever because I saw it when he was in with New Orleans of how certain players were not doing what they were supposed to do, and he will let you know. He'll kick you in the ass and then kiss you on the cheek and get you back out there to start balling out. So that's one of those things. So, Duncan, we got any more? And it looks like we got more in the chat.
Can just feel the optimism coming from Mr. Half Black. Derek Carr also loves Clint and his coaching staff, so he'd stand behind all the statements. From the staffing perspective, who do you fellows want him to bring in with him from Seattle specifically?
I can tell you that.
Mike's
All
got
right.
let Mike work on that one for us real quick.
All right. All right. For DC, my first choice is our Dirt. I don't know how to say his last name. It's
Yeah,
Dirty, that
Dorday.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. If not him, I'll take Carl Scott. OC from Seattle, I would take Andrew Janoko. Um, for this one, I've been hearing lately that it's not going to happen, but I really want John Bitten, the O line coach from Seattle. But I don't know if that. So that's the three, or I guess I said four guys that I would like to see him bring over Seattle. But maybe there's more that I haven't gone deep enough into the coaching staff. But that's the four that I like coming over,
yeah.
or three of the. There's only gonna be three of them, unless one of them is. They put Steckel or one of them as like DC coach, run game, coordinator or something like that. Defensive run game coordinator or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, the biggest hire for me would be Bennett, the O-line coach. Like, that's the
Yeah.
must bring over. Like, so
Yeah.
much so that I would even say make him the offensive coordinator, just so that way you're guaranteed to bring him in the door. And also with him being an O-line specialist, like teams aren't really going to go out to try to steal him because he was made the offensive coordinator just to keep him as the O-line coach.
Well, there's talk that Seattle's going to do that.
Make
That's
Bennett
why
the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, they're going to give. Well, they didn't say offensive coordinator. They said they're going to offer him a promotion.
Who's that? Benton?
Yes, Benton, the offensive line coach, because they see the writing on the wall because Benton
He's a
followed
yeah,
Kubiak from the Saints. So
yeah, right. Benton is a lifelong. He's 33-year offensive line coach. That's all he knows. That's all he wants. I don't think he really
that
wants to take on an extra. Because when you start moving into offensive coordinator, you start stressing yourself out a little bit more than what you get out of your comfort zone a little too quick when you start doing that.
I
Especially
don't mean going straight to OC. I mean they could give him additional responsibilities though
well,
on
they
on the
tagged that.
offense.
I think with uh, line coaches or baseline coaches, not your coordinators, because you have head coach and two coordinators. Your baseline ones, the lateral move, because a lot of those guys are on 1 year contracts. They're reciprocal type contracts. They're not long term. The most you'll see is maybe a 2 or 3 year, but even those they can do somewhat of a lateral move. All the Raiders have to do to get Benton is make an offensive line assistant head coach. As they tag the assistant head coach to it,
Yeah, there you go. Something like
then
that.
it's
Yeah.
then it's not just a pure lateral move. So we can do
Right.
that. Now Seattle there are certain ways that they could block those. A lot of times they don't because there are some guys that are on the coaching staff that want to ascend to offensive coordinator and head coach, and you don't want to block that from them because that starts to make a little waves. There's other coaches that are in the NFL that are in Kubiak's Rolodex. One of them, Josh McCown. Nobody's talked about Josh McCown, the quarterback's coach in Minnesota that's good friends with Clint Kubiak.
Well,
You
I
know,
didn't
to
know
be fair
that.
to the question,
I
though, he
did, I did
did
not
pick
know that.
Seattle.
What's that?
To be fair to the question, though, he did ask about Seattle specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
why I
yeah,
was
no,
just naming.
McCown's a good name. Like, that's
Yeah.
definitely interesting to bring him over.
I
But
I understand that, but you think outside the box for just a second. That we might not. That we're going to probably be a little limited on what he's going to be able to bring from Seattle. He can't just grab a bunch of coaches and throw them on an airplane and send them to Vegas without Seattle having some input in that.
Oh
well,
yeah,
he
So
you
can
send some
some of them. I mean,
big ass thugs out there. Yeah, just bring them
yeah.
back.
And then there's Justin Alton is the assistant offensive line coach, but he's also their run game coordinator for their offense. So that's another, and he's young. He's real young. So that might be one.
Who?
But
What was his name again?
Justin Alton, Outten.
Out. No, yeah, Jim Justin. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
So that's another name. That's another name maybe we might bring over as an
yeah,
offensive line coach.
yeah,
But I can tell you
yeah.
this, and you guys have hit on this very well. But I'm just going to throw a suplex into this whole thing. We all know in Raider Nation, everybody that's out there. I know there's only 4 people watching, but more people are going to watch the show later on, anyways. But I'm going to tell you this, and this is the way I'm going to put it. There are 5 clowns that have made our team look like a circus, and that's the offensive line. So we need somebody to come in here and take control of those clowns, and then that right there in and of itself is going to fix a huge amount of our problems. I'd say at least 40%. 40% of our losses are attributed, if not, actually, I'd say 80% of our losses are attributed to our offensive line. And just bringing in a reputable, qualified offensive line coach will fix that, and then we can start to go up and start to be relevant again.
Exactly.
But
I
we're gonna
agree
have to add it. We're
1000%.
gonna have to add a couple pieces. There's no doubt about that. We're gonna have to add a couple pieces, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make a late term trade to another team because there's teams out there that got backups that can start on our team right now and be effective.
Yeah. And then getting back to what you said earlier, Jason, about us Raider fans, we really need to learn patience because we're going to need to give Kubiak time.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 2
Yeah.
years, just don't have an opinion on him. Like,
Yeah.
try to pick out the details. Are you starting to
Yeah.
see some sort of organization
Yep.
Mhm.
on the team? Are you starting
Yeah.
to see some sort of spark, like something that might be able to build into something for the future? Like, we cannot, after 3 games or halfway point or after the first season, we cannot label Kubiak a success or a failure. I mean, unless he gets to the Super Bowl, but that's not happening.
And
Yeah.
we can't do that if we drop that number one quarterback too, because
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna. I told you he was trash. He was trash. I told you he was trash. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought Bryce Young was a failure.
No,
I
a
thought
lot of us did.
I thought he was a bust. He wasn't a bust this year, was he? But everybody loved C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud was the next coming of Jesus Christ.
Until he pulled his Geno Smith imitation in the playoffs.
I'm just saying. It just the, you know what you got to take everything. I myself want to trust the process. I want to trust the scouting, the evaluations, and then let the chips fall where they may. Right?
Yeah.
Am I pro Mendoza? Hell yeah, I'm pro Mendoza because I just love watching him play. Well, after the Illinois game, when they went in and they beat the dog shit at Illinois, and then that Penn State game, he was horrible in that Penn State game until the very end, and I was like, that right there is a mark of a champion. What he just did, and it just kept going. I mean, it just kept going. It was like, it wasn't, it's not like, we're not looking at the second coming of John Elway or Dan Marino by any means, but it's just like that whole pedigree that was built and how he did it. And I really truly think the coaching that we're going to have, because we all can agree, it don't matter who you freaking draft as a quarterback, they ain't going to be worth a hill of beans unless you got a coach that can get the best out of them. Tom Brady is not Tom Brady without Bill Belichick. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. Joe Montana is not Joe Montana without Bill Walsh. John Elway is not John Elway without Mike Shanahan. Brett Favre is not Brett Favre without Mike Holmgren. Okay? Am I starting to
No
put
doubt about it.
Am I starting to... Rich Gannon is not Rich Gannon without John Gruden.
I would say Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning without Adam Gase.
No. Peyton Manning had Tony Dungy as his mentor.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Because there's more. I'm talking beyond the X's and O's. It's about what are you doing in the huddle? Why is my center and you? Why are you guys arguing? I want to know. Debrief it. Let's talk about it. Let's work through it. Why are these situations happening? When Tom Brady always had a meeting every week with Bill Belichick. They had a 2-hour meeting every week that it was exclusive, and they didn't. And it was a very minimal game plan, but more so of what are we doing to get better? What is it going to take for us to get better?
Well, yeah, no, I can't agree with you with that. I mean, because not every coach and quarterback relationship is the same, and it's apparent when you see some of these absolutely terrible franchises when it comes to quarterbacks. I mean, look at the Jets. It's like they've been a cluster for how many years and just ruining first round quarterback after first round
Quarterback graveyard.
Yeah.
It's like pairing a fine wine with a good meal. You got to pair. You can't just have cheap ass wine in a 5-course meal and expect it to come out good. You got to pair the right wine with the right meal to make it worthwhile. And yeah. I truly believe Kubiak. I think Kubiak. We can match Kubiak with a lot of people. I really think if we went and got Mac Jones and brought him over as a bridge quarterback, that it probably would make us even put us in that next category of what Seattle did this year with Sam Darnold and him. What I saw in Mac Jones this year with the 49ers filling in for Purdy, I thought, I did not know this kid was capable of that. He played really, really well. And he played well enough that when Purdy got healthy again, they were second guessing whether they're just going to keep him going or put Purdy back in. It was, I mean, that conversation was being
Yeah,
had.
right. That's the thing that. Oh God. Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
the
Ah,
way I see it is we have 4 years to see if this whole thing is going to work. Yeah, Mendoza guaranteed for 4 years. I mean, yeah, you have the 5th year option, but really it's guaranteed 4 years because you can option in or out of that 5th year. Spytek's on 4 years left of his contract, and then you got Kubiak on on 5 years. So really, we got 4 years to figure out if this is going to work, and we need to give them that time because we really need to stop just churning through coaches because that does not help our organization at all.
I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back. I can still
Okay.
hear you guys.
All right. Well, we'll wait for the next course of employment here. Let's run through the chat real
Mr.
here.
Half Black bringing up O-line coaches make about 300,000 ish a year, so a jump to OC would be a great raise for John Benton. But I think Kubiak would be likely to give that job to Andrew Janoko, which I'm in agreement. Janoko is probably the front runner to be our offensive coordinator, and he's come out and said that he wants to stay with Kubiak. So even if he is offered Seattle's offensive coordinator job,
He can take ours.
It looks like he's going to be taking ours.
Yeah.
So really the biggest question is, are we going to be able to snatch Benton? And Seattle can straight up say no to that. But if Janoko is not taking Seattle's offensive coordinator job, obviously they're bringing somebody else in to take that position. So are they going to want to keep Benton at that point because it's no longer somebody in their staff? So I think there is a good chance we're going to be able to bring over a majority of the Seattle guys that Kubiak wants.
So, while we're waiting for Mike, we kind of covered. We're already in current Raiders outlook. We skipped over the Oakland to Vegas. Hey, Mike, real quick, we got you on. Gonna go back. We kind of skipped over one of our topics real quick, but we're gonna hit on this real quick, and then we'll jump back into current affairs. But
Thank you.
Hey, just tell us how long have you been a Raider fan? What year did you remember becoming a Raider fan?
Probably 69. This is when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
When I started actually having memories from it, but I sat on my dad's lap. I'm guessing from the day I was, there, born or whatever. So I was born in '63. So I'm not going to claim those first years because I didn't know what the hell I was watching. I was a baby. But about 6 years old, I started understanding what was going on.
So needless to
69.
say, your dad was the one that built it into you, just like my father did. My father.
Absolutely. Yeah, he built me as a Raider fan and as a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah. My dad liked Penn State.
How about chat? Tell us what year they became Raider fans or remember first becoming Raider fans.
Yeah.
You were saying your dad liked Penn State, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just was, but he passed away before the whole Jerry Sandusky stuff happened. So my dad been around when that happened. He had probably changed his mind real quick.
Yeah. No, my family's Oregon State fans. My uncle ended up going there and he played tackle for them for a couple of years. So we just stuck with the Beavers and we've been Oregon State fans since.
Yeah, I don't have an allegiance to college football. A lot of times I mean, if I was to say a pure, an actual, it would probably be Notre Dame because in my high school years, Notre Dame was either Notre Dame or Oklahoma. And a lot of us cheered for Oklahoma because Oklahoma ran that wishbone offense like we did in high school, and our uniforms were red and white. Their uniforms were red and white. So a lot of us. I didn't have an Oklahoma Sooner jacket. Now my family comes from Oklahoma, and my mom's uncle was a die-hard Oklahoma Sooner fan to the point he would fight you over conversations over Oklahoma Sooners. It was. It was incredible. But hey, so the topic that we kind of passed over a little bit was the Oakland to Vegas transition. How did you process the move from Oakland to Vegas? What was your thought on that?
I was fucking pissed off.
Okay.
I understood the situation. I mean, Oakland could not afford the team. I mean, Amy Trask did everything she could to keep Oakland alive. Al Davis actually wanted to sell the team at one point. I know a lot of people. I know some people know this, not a lot of people, but yeah, Al Davis was ready to sell the team. Amy Trask is the one that talked about selling the team. Says just run the team. I will find the money, and she did every year, year after year after year. But
Mhm.
all that aside, Oakland just could not afford the team. They can't even afford a police force or a fire department, you know. So I saw it, we all, everybody saw it coming. But I will tell you about 2 years, I think it was 2 years before we moved out of Oakland. My one of my buddies, he was in one of those pictures, the guy with that really cool long mustache.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
his name is Mike as well. One of the guys I tailgated with for 17 years, man, greatest guy in the world. But he had field passes before the game, and so he gave me one of them. And I Mark Davis was down there, and I had my salute to service hat on, this one here. You can't see the signature anymore, but um, I walked up to Mark Davis and asked him what's it going to take to keep the Raiders in Oakland. And he gave me, I don't even remember the number he gave me. I'm like, so I acted like I was reaching for a wall. I said, oh, I'm a little short. And he signed my hat for me. But I'm pissed off. My daughter still to this day refuses to go. I'm like, let's go to a game in Vegas. She's like, I don't want to go to that stadium. It's not Oakland. It hurts. It hurts, man. And Vegas, we all knew it. Everybody knew it. We saw the writing on the wall. Vegas was not Oakland. It was not going to be the same. They don't let you tailgate like you could in Oakland. We can get in there 6 hours early and actually have a good tailgate. We had room that provided the situation where we could do it. And Vegas is not like that. The black hole in Vegas is not like the black hole it was in Oakland. It's not going to. So I was pissed. I was flat out pissed. I'm still pissed, but I understand why they did it.
Yeah, I don't blame. I'm the same way. I don't necessarily blame the team
Yeah.
because it was going to be an absolute necessity to do what they did.
Hmm.
Um, in a roundabout way, I'm thankful he did that because just like Amy Trask was talking about, had we never ever ever thought about transitioning to a new stadium, whether it be out of state, out of city, or whatever, and we just stuck with what we had in Oakland and kept reverbing in Oakland, that team was going to end up going belly up. It really
Well, yeah.
was. I
She
mean,
was
we
the only
were,
reason it didn't. She was the only reason it didn't.
yeah. So, and it was just, and she got to a point where she was like, I've done everything I could.
Right. She's like,
I've done everything that I could. But the Vegas thing, I know it did rub people the wrong way, but a lot of people don't realize this, but Al Davis actually had a penchant for Vegas. And
oh
I,
yeah.
and I think at one point, if it was a viable option when he was alive, it would have happened then.
Hmm.
You
We had
know,
a hard enough time moving to LA because they fought everything he did.
because you
Well,
can't in the NFL, you cannot compete against the big boys, the big
Hmm.
pockets, unless you got those luxury suites.
Hmm.
Because the luxury suites are not revenue sharing. All that goes back to the owner, the team. There's no
Hmm.
revenue. You don't share any of that money with the NFL. The only thing that you have to share is your ticket sales and your television rights and your ticket sales. Those finances are shared amongst the other 32 teams.
And all the gear.
Yeah, and the NFLPA, anything that's NFL licensed,
Yep.
it's all revenue sharing. But the only thing that is not are the luxury suites. You have luxury suites, and you have the right accommodations and the right amount of luxury suites. It's a game changer. I mean, just ask Green Bay and Chicago. They had to put them into theirs. They had to retrofit their stadium to get those put into their stadium. I mean, we had some in Oakland, but they just weren't. It wasn't what other teams had as far as accommodations.
They're sub luxury.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
bottom line is the city of Oakland wasn't going to allow the Raiders to build a new stadium, so there was no choice.
Well, they didn't have the money for it.
But Mr. Half Black came in with the answer to our question on when he became a Raider fan. He said he became a fan when he was real young and saw Jerry Rice play for us. His mom was a big fan of Jerry Rice, and he moved 33 times in his life, so he never had a home team, and the Raider fans always made him feel at home. So it's
Awesome.
even going back to Mike's original point of the Raider family, Raiders are a family. Raider fans are just a giant extended family.
Mm-hmm.
So always helping each other out, always sharing the food at the tailgates if they needed to, or like Jason said, even giving up utensils so you can enjoy your food that you brought. Like, the Raiders always have the Raiders back, and it's always going to be that way.
That's a hell of a story, Half Black. I got to admit, that's a hell of a cool story.
Yeah. So fast forward to now, what do you want this team to stand for going forward?
Me first, or
no? It's all you, man. We
okay.
asked, you answer.
Well, one of the major things I heard, and I like it. First of all, I really like how at the press conference they brought 6 Raider alumni to the show. Mike Haynes. I mean, one of those ones we kind of forget about sometimes. He's not got the biggest name, but a Hall of Famer. Rich Gannon, Howie Long, Charles Woodson, Marcus Allen, Jim Plunkett were there, and one of the things that I was really impressed with what Kubiak said was, I want the team to be gritty. I want them to be tough. I want them to be physical. That's what we're going for on offense and defense. Just like these guys around me here right now, and how they played. And so I look forward to a gritty, tough, I mean, just hard nosed football. The Raider football, that's Raider football. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I was really impressed with his speech. We'll have to see what he can do, if he can back it up. I think he can. I feel confident that he can do what he says he's going to do, because he don't stand on a soapbox and yell out and do all kinds of funky stuff. He just talks in the same tone all the time and tells you what he thinks, and that's
Yeah.
what he thinks. It's just calm, it's steady, and I love it. And I love that. I think it's going to be a gritty football team, a gritty, tough, bust you in the mouth football team. We're going to run the ball up your fucking ass until you can't take it no more. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to play action pass and throw it over your head. You know. So, and that's what I see the future of this Raiders team going to be. The defense is going to be attacking, not passive like it's been in the last, blitz like every 15 years. Just and running stunts and, and movement on the formations before the snap on the offense. I see all this stuff coming up. That's what not to where me, you, Jason, you, Duncan, can call every play before the ball snapped.
Yeah.
That's what I see our futures being, because I mean he schemes shit up, and the thing he does is he schemes shit up by running a play in a certain formation to set up a play maybe 2 quarters later, and do the same formation. Oh no, they're not doing that again, you know. So I look forward to that kind of stuff. Creativity.
Yeah.
No, that okay. I know it went on and on.
No, you're good.
Oh, that was awesome.
A lot of the things, lot of the expectations that you're saying is, I think everybody in Raider Nation is anticipating, and it's the only score to this whole thing is when you watch a press conference. We've had introductory press conferences 5 times in the last 6 years, and so now it's like you sit there and you go, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna, and it's like, okay, to be quite honest with you, can you duplicate what you just did in Seattle? And if the answer is yes, then it's like, all right, here's the whistle, here's the clipboard. What do you want me to do as a fan? Let's get this, because we got to be a part of it as well, right? We got to do our part. That's fans, and
Well,
the coaches got to do their part, and the players got to do their part. Because ultimately, the coaches and the players aren't going to be here in 15 years. You know who is? We are.
Yep.
We're still gonna be Raider fans in 15 years. And
Well,
so
he addressed that in his speech too. Instead of like Pete Carroll begging for people to come in so they can get better, he said we have to earn Raider Nation's trust. He said that specifically,
yeah,
and I was impressed. If we want them to come out and spend money on these, we did say that. He said if we want their butts in the seats, we have to put a product on the field that's worth them coming out for.
yeah.
And that it's just what it was just like one thing after another. I have more notes on that press conference than I've ever taken before because what he kept saying was just it impressed me, man. So and he knows no you get the team then you get the fans. You don't get the fans then you get the team. It's the other way around, you know.
Yeah.
And he
But
gets that.
but they know Raider Nation. We're already here.
yeah.
It's just you got to make it. You got to make it that much better.
Right, right.
You got to
I
make it
love
that
that
much better.
approach.
You
I
know,
love that approach.
you got to make it down. We're gonna do our part. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to New England and put butts in the seats in New England. We're gonna put butts in the seats in San Francisco and Seattle. There's gonna be an entourage of Raider fans that are gonna travel and go to other stadiums. But by golly, our stadium needs to be our stadium. I don't want to see a bunch of yellow towels waving around in
Mm,
our stadium. I'm tired of that.
hmm
So, um, you got anything else, Duncan, as far as current state of affairs? I think the pieces we're slowly going to piece together a lot more as we go along through the off season. Um, I don't want to put the cart before the horse any more than what we already have.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like let the dust settle on what we got with the coach. We'll start kind of focusing a little bit more on some of the assistant coaches. I one of the things that I really like about Clint Kubiak, and it was my choice was either him or Chris Shula, is because they have what's called a Rolodex. They actually have
hmm
they already have the contact. So when he got the whistle today, that Rolodex was flipping, and these contacts that he has throughout the NFL, he's going to be able to put a top-notch staff together that is going to make us reputable. He helped build Seattle's staff of what they have right now.
Yeah, that
So
offensive staff was built by him.
yeah,
hmm
so
That's good. That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Now, and Chris Shula was the only other one that I knew that had the same thing. He had so many markings that with where he could have brought people in that it would have been nice. But I think if we're going to be an offensive minded and we're going to rebuild this offense and make the offense attack, then we need an offensive head coach.
Did Shula didn't get a head coaching job, did he?
I don't think so. No,
I think he's
still
still with the yeah.
with the Rams.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm also surprised the Texans defensive coordinator didn't get any looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm in total agreement with you, Jason. Like we don't need to keep trying to put the pony before the horse or whatever it is, but
Cart before the horse.
yeah, the cart before the horse.
The pony
well-
before the horse. You can tell you're an Oakdale Mustang.
Yeah, yeah. But no, we'll talk about the news as it comes along, but really our show, we want to focus on the fans and the interest of the fans and everything like that, and bring on guests like Mike, just absolute great Raider fans, been around a long time, even if they're new fans. Like, we want to hear everybody's opinion. We want to hear their stories, how they got into the Raider Nation. Like, it's just cool hearing everybody's stories.
Yep.
And that's really what we want to make this show about, and just honor all the fans.
I think it's an awesome idea what you guys are doing.
Alrighty. So, toughness, accountability, identity on both sides of the ball, coaches and players who earn the shield. That's what Mike's takes are. Got to earn it. That's what Kubiak said, right?
Yep, that's exactly what he said.
We got to earn it.
Several times he brought that up.
Yeah. So now we get into the fun part of the fandom. Drop up. Right hook right across Mike's chin now. The following session is going to be rapid fire.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me open up my Google. Let me open up my Google app.
Well, I can tell you this. I've already cross-referenced some of my stuff with Google, and Google is wrong.
Oh shit! I'm fucked.
My data comes from where it has always been, and that's in a box. It's tucked away behind my recliner over there. It's got a lot of facts. And I'll give you an example. What college did Greg Beekert go to?
That was my first jersey. I mean, wasn't it Colorado State?
Okay, Colorado. He was a Buffalo.
Colorado. Okay, I knew it was Colorado. Yeah,
he went to Colorado. But if you do Chat GTP Google, they say he went to Washington State.
Oh shit!
What? No, he didn't go to no Washington State. Stupid. So you gotta be careful. Google's Google, right? So, okay. But we're gonna start off with.
Wait a minute! I don't get a point. I don't get a point for that.
That was just that. That wasn't even a. We're not to the trivia yet.
That was an example question.
We're doing.
God damn it! That might be my only point.
Duncan, can you do rapid fire for me, real quick, sir?
Yeah. So, rapid fire question. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. There is no wrong answer. This is your answer. So, for example, Jason, favorite Raider of all time?
Howie Long.
Okay, Mike, favorite Raider of all time?
Lalo Zato.
Awesome. Okay, Mike, loudest black hole moment?
Tim Brown catches 1,000th career pass.
Awesome. Jason.
AFC Championship game against the Tennessee Titans. Pre-game, during the game, halftime, afterwards.
Just nonstop party. Love it.
That was a good one.
I never ever looked inside of a stadium and can actually see the sound waves from the. They didn't even do a decibel count, but I bet you it was right around 135.
Yeah,
that's how loud it was.
It makes you see waves because it's going on so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jason. One word to describe Raider Nation.
Passionate.
Mike.
Family. What was you gonna
Family.
say?
Sweet.
See, that wasn't so hard, wasn't it, Mikey?
No, I got through that pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
So just like your proctologist told you, now it's time to drop your pants and let's get the checkup done. You ready?
I'm all distracted now. Okay,
yeah,
I'm ready.
You ready? All
yeah,
right.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
The game is Who Am I? This is something that Jeff did, but I'm going to add a little bit more to it, okay? Because there's going to be bonus questions at the end, all right? Who am I? Basically going to give you some clues, and you got to tell me who the player is, okay? If you want to ask an additional clue, I might have it for you, and I might be able to help you. But until then, this is knowledge-based. We're going to test your knowledge. Or as they say, know your effing Raiders.
God damn it. Now Jeff comes back, so I look like an idiot.
Yeah, Jeff could probably get a couple of these, but this one I know he wouldn't get. Okay. I was selected in the second round of the 1982 NFL draft by the Los Angeles Raiders with the 64th pick.
Second round. What year?
1982, second round.
Okay.
I played my college football at Baylor, where I developed into a hard-hitting defensive back.
Did this player wear stickum?
Nope.
I'm gonna say Lester Hayes.
Nope.
Fuck.
Clue number 4.
Oh, 84. That was too late for you. Okay, my bad.
Let's go clue number 3. I spent the majority of my career patrolling the secondary as a safety, becoming known for my instincts and ball hawking ability.
Keyword is patrolling. Salt Patrol.
Nope, it wasn't part of Soul Patrol.
No?
No, Soul Patrol was in the 70s, my friend.
No.
Right. That was Lester. Yeah.
Soul Patrol consisted of Skip Thomas, Jack Tatum, Willie Brown, and Atchison.
George
Or
Atkinson.
Atkinson, yeah.
What was it? What was the
I spent the majority of my career patrolling the secondary as a safety, becoming known for my instincts and ball hawking ability. I was a 2-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl 18 champion, helping the Raiders dominate in the 1983 season.
Wasn't Namdi, was it? No, it was later than that.
19 come on, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just.
Jeff got it. You know what? He probably Googled it. No, yeah, because he said Lester, and it was like, really? Come on. Van McElroy. Bonus question: where did Van McElroy end his career? What team did he play for?
No clue.
Anybody?
Patriots?
Nope. He followed a certain person to Seattle. No? Seattle Seahawks.
Well, I figured when you said Seattle, it was Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Seattle
I was
Seahawks.
trying to think.
I didn't want to boast. I didn't want to boast about that.
That might be the hardest one for you guys.
Yeah.
That might be the hardest one. So let's go with this one. I was drafted in the 4th round of the 1983 NFL draft by the Los Angeles Raiders. I spent a majority of my NFL career terrorizing quarterbacks as a defensive end for
Lyle Alzado.
Did we ever draft Lyle Alzado?
Oh, we didn't know. We picked him up. Sorry. Oh, we drafted him in the 4th round. Oh shit. Okay. My bad. I'm bad. Go ahead.
I played college football at TCU. I am the all-time sack leader of the Raiders with one.
Greg Townsend, 93.
Bonus question: what team did he end his career with?
Don't know.
Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles. All right, this one should be easy. It should be. All right.
Love you too, Jeff.
It should be easy. I never played college football, yet still made it to the NFL through sheer toughness and raw ability. I joined the Oakland Raiders.
No, I'm just kidding.
I joined the Oakland Raiders in 1973 as an undrafted free agent with one of the most unusual paths to the league. I lined up as defensive end, known for my power, intimidation, and old school Raider edge. I played I played in the era before sacks were official stats, but my unofficial stat total is 38.
Ted Hendrickson.
No. You're saying Ted Hendricks?
Oh, wait a minute. He was a fucking linebacker. My bad.
And he was drafted by the Colts.
Okay. I told you I suck at these things.
Well, I'm going to help you out. Think bald-headed. A brute.
Ball-headed brute.
Eh,
Defensive end in 73.
73.
He signed with them in 73, and he played for them all the way up until 1980.
I don't know, man.
All right, Otis Sistrunk.
I'm getting quick test right.
Otis Sistrunk.
Oh Jesus Christ! The
Now
ball
this,
thing should definitely tip me off.
okay, so this one has a series of clues, but I'm gonna start off with clue number 3. Right after my playing career, I transitioned to the sidelines in 1972 as an offensive assistant and became known for my calm leadership and football IQ.
Art Shell.
Nope. I was
That
originally.
was good. That was a good guess, though.
Let's see. Here it is. I later played for the Cincinnati Bengals in 1968 and the Kansas City Chiefs briefly in winning a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. I was originally signed by the Oakland Raiders in 1960, becoming the franchise's first starting quarterback.
Daryl Monica.
Flores.
Did Daryl Monica ever coach for us?
Shut up.
Is it Flores?
Tom Flores.
What?
Yeah, Tom Flores.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He played at the University of the Pacific, where he started as a quarterback. Okay, and then the one clue that I didn't get to is this one would have been this one would have made it real easy for you. I became the first minority head coach to win a Super Bowl.
I think I would have gotten off of that one.
Yeah. Next one I hear again, we're going to go over it anyway, so you know it in the future. All right. I played my college football at UCLA, where I developed into a tough, intelligent interior lineman. I was drafted in 1972 by the Oakland Raiders, beginning a long run with one of the NFL's most dominant teams. I spent my career in the trenches as a blank, responsible for calling protections and anchoring the offensive line.
Yeah, I'm just drawing blanks, man. I'm sorry.
My name is not Jim Otto.
Well, yeah.
But
I thought you said defensive line.
No. I played
Interior O line.
interior offensive lineman.
Oh,
My name is not Jim Otto. I snapped the ball to legends like Kenny Stabler and Jim Plunkett, helping power an offense known for both grit and swagger.
Dalby.
Dave Dalby.
that one I knew. I suck at these kind of things. I panic.
Pressure. You put them in the pressure cooker. Hey, pop popcorn.
Exactly.
So I put all those together. What I did is I went to my box back here. I have all my trading cards. And if you take a Topps trading card and flip it over, they have all kinds of different facts on it. And then it'll have like their statistics, what year they were drafted, where they're from. And then they'll have like little innuendos of how they become, like Otis Sistrunk he didn't play college football, but he played in the Continental League. It was kind of like a USFL league back then. Really, really bland, low level. They called it pro football. It was more semi-pro football, but that's where he got noticed, was in the Continental League. And then they gave him a tryout with the Raiders, and he made the team, and the rest is history. He became one of our great legends. So,
I got one for you, Jason. What Raider was drafted in the same draft as Dalby and entered the Hall of Fame.
In 72?
Yep. If I give you the position, you'll know it right away.
All right, give me the position.
Receiver.
Cliff
Cliff
Branch.
Branch.
Yep.
What college did he go to?
I don't know.
Colorado.
Mm.
Colorado.
Hey, I got one. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, well,
What state was he from?
What's that?
What state was he from?
I want to say he was from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
City?
Texas.
Or town?
Oh,
Houston.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I don't know his mother's name either.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the little hidden facts. I think I wasted a lot of my life just studying that stuff and reading. And I used to have books. I like when I was in elementary school, they would take us to the library to check out books. I'd always go to the football section and check out football books. I had a lunch pail. My mom was telling me about this the other day. She goes, I bought you this lunch pail that had, how many teams were on that lunch pail? I said, there were 28 teams on there. She goes, 28? Ain't there 32 teams in it? I go, Mom. I go, there was no Jacksonville Jaguars. There were no Carolina Panthers. There were no Baltimore Ravens.
Texans.
And there were no Houston Texans. I said
To be fair,
the Cardinals were still in St. Louis.
Right.
and the Titans were probably still in Houston.
They were still the Houston Oilers.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? I have all those pennants too still.
Yeah.
That St. Louis Cardinals. I have a St. Louis Cardinals pennant, a Houston Oilers pennant, and the Pop Warner team that I played for was in the city. You know where the city of Houston is, right? Duncan, outside
Yeah,
of
it's in
Odell.
Texas.
No, Houston. Hughson.
Oh, Houston.
Yeah, Houston. So the name of our team, our Pop Warner team, was the Houston Oilers. So that was pretty cool. We had black helmets with yellow face mask and the Oiler wells, the driller wells on the side of our helmets, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It was
When I played youth football, we were the Citrus Dolphins. We just had plain white helmets. We didn't have the emblems or anything.
Wait, you had
I'm old.
helmets when you played?
Oh, fuck you.
Were they leather?
Yes, they were leather.
Did you have chin straps?
Yeah, we had the single snap chin strap. We had 2 bars. That was it. Or no, I had the one with the nose one too.
Yeah.
That's all.
So,
we had.
anyways, we're down to, I think it's your dad and my mom watching the show. That's all that's left watching. So, but I'll republish this show again. Capture the link and share it with people, and then remind people to top in. We might have screwed ourselves tonight by having the snafu with the starting a live stream and ending a live stream at the same time.
Well,
But
to be fair, we had a wave of people where we got up to 40 views, but
Yeah.
they dipped pretty quick.
well,
After your song finished, they left.
everybody just comes in to watch the song and then they leave. Yeah. Okay.
No, they watched Mike's song that you made,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and then we started talking, and then they left.
Yeah, once I started talking, they were gone.
Yeah, show that to your kids, Mike. I think they get a kick out of it, and you know what? Like I said,
my wife is looking forward to hearing it too.
Yeah.
I told her you wrote a song, in the AI song. She was, I want to hear it. I said, I'll play it for you later.
the one that I sent you is not the one that's in the video.
Yeah, you got to free play the video.
You got to play the video.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you just open up the show and play the video.
Yeah.
Once again, I really appreciate you coming on, man. I know we've been good friends for a while, and Duncan got to know a little bit more about you as well. And we'll see you around DSR. You'll be on DSR. You'll be on Europe. You'll be on Navman, 401 Raider Jeff. In the chat with 805, and it's just like I said, it's been an honor and a blessing to get to know you and call you a true friend. And this was for you, and I appreciate
Hey
you
man,
coming on the show.
hey man, you have no idea how much I appreciate
Yeah,
you setting this up and
yeah,
doing that. It means a lot to me.
yeah.
Just to be appreciated for something I love doing anyway.
Yep.
So it means a lot to me.
Duncan, you got any final thoughts?
No, we're winding down here. Uh, it was a great show. Appreciate having you on, Mike. It loved hearing your stories. And yeah, I mean, we'll see you around in the chat and all the other YouTube videos.
Yeah. Stick around backstage with us, Mike, and then we'll wrap
Okay.
this up. Everybody in Raider Nation, show me your shield. Hit those likes, subscribes, ring that bell, man. Get those notifications. I know there's only 3 of you in here, but when we post this on YouTube and it goes out, if you like what you see, you get more. Because eventually what's going to happen is we're either going to say yes or no whether we do more, right? So we like to do this for the fans, and we'll get more fans on here and do the same thing. Have a little bit of fun with it, because it's off season. And if I was to tell you this, Mike, finish the sentence for me. Once a Raider,
Always a Raider.
have a good night.
Salute.
Cold open, counted out. Yeah, we heard the talk. Cold nights and long losses, still we walk. Scoreboard hurt, but the heart stayed real. Still wear the black, still flash the shield. From Oakland roots to Vegas dust, pain in the season, but we still trust. They say it's over, I say move on, but Raider